Welcome back, friends. This is Punacha here from Real Estate Heroes, and I would like to thank Indian Money for giving me this opportunity to speak here. Now today I'll be quickly talking about investing in small properties. When I say small properties, it could be a studio apartment, it could be a 1-bedroom, or it could be a 2-bedroom apartment. Now this is typically not a dream home. It's not something people aspire to live in, but they buy it because they have no choice or they can't afford something better. Let me give you an example. Say for example, say you work in a law firm which is in the heart of the city. You don't want to travel 2 hours every day to reach your office. So you want something close by where you can either walk or quickly drive. So what would you look for? You look for a small studio apartment or a 1-bedroom apartment. If you are single, a studio apartment is like a hotel room. It has a hall, it has a bed, it has a toilet and a small kitchen. Now the kitchen is typically just a table or a platform where you can have a gas. Normally it's an electric one where it's almost like living in a hotel room. So why should you invest in something like this? It is a much better proposition to invest in a smaller property, because for the same amount of money you can have 3 properties rather than having 1 large property. So your vacancy levels also reduces. If one is vacant, you still keep getting rent from the other 2. So it's a very viable business model. What is difficult is managing multiple tenants. So as I was giving the example of somebody who works in CBD, individual needs a place to stay very close to his office and to all the good night spots in the in the evening for entertainment. Some investment in this heart of the city, small size, will always have good demand. Rental yield also could be as high as 4% as opposed to a typical 3% for a residential. If you are able to afford a 2-bedroom on a sharing basis, your ROI could go even higher. It could go as high as 4.5–5%, because technically what you're doing is you're running a tenanted, a PG kind of a setup. So it's more like a business rather than a simple rental thing. Third, if you furnish it, your rent goes higher. Now the cost of furnishing can be recovered in 2–3 years. And typically a washing machine lasts 10 years, a TV lasts 10 years, 15 years. A microwave will give you no problem service for at least 10 years. Invest in good brands which have good after sales service, have AMC put up so it gets automated. So that's one more way to increase your ROI. So investing in small properties in the city location is also a very good viable option, provided you have sufficient money to have your own home separately somewhere. So it wouldn't be the right thing to stay in a rented place and buy kind of rental property. So first priority should be getting a house for yourself, and second would be to leverage on these kind of options. Another option that you have as an investor or as a property owner is to look at the model of a serviced apartment. Now typically a hotel room could range anywhere between 3,000 to 10,000 rupees. Some of the better ones could be even higher. Now for a business traveler who wants a home kind of experience, a lot of people don't mind living in an entire house on their own. So that's one more option you could look at. Here the location doesn't really matter. It could be anywhere in the town, anywhere in the city. There is always a demand. There are a lot of ways to leverage on that. You could tie up with certain websites and rent out your space based on a certain profile of people you'd like to have. You could even rent out a portion of your house if you are open to that. Airbnb and Couchsurfing, these are all few websites which provide such opportunities, but it is a viable opportunity. So just to summarize, investing in a small apartment or a small studio apartment in the city center is a wise decision, provided you have a backup home of your own. And secondly, if you have a little larger house which you want to leverage by rental more than the regular getting a 11-month leave-in license or 11-month rental, you could look at options of a serviced apartment. Also, there are professional service apartments which take up 5 units or 10 units in an apartment, and they run it as a serviced apartment. So you could actually rent out one of those units could be owned by you and rented to them, where you could either have a higher rent than a regular rental, or you could have a revenue share. So you could work that out. See, the options are quite a lot. Keep watching our channel for learning more. Thank you so much. Please do like and subscribe this channel.